I don't think the state government's offer's been effective from the start. I think they had a sense that it wouldn't be, and here we are down in Canberra because it hasn't been effective, and that's after 6 months of engagement. So you don't want to be messing around this late in the day. It's not the time for brinkmanship or holding out and wait to see. There needs to be something on the table that's workable and not a 2-year solution. We're looking for something to be reformed here, not saved, and that was about saving the smelter. It's got to be much better than that, and building a future around it, not just saving for another few months or another year.
What is workable to you, though? What would be an acceptable level?
Oh, I think shared equity and not planning to keep something, breathe life in it for another 6 months or 12 months, is keep it there for 10 years so that some of these mining companies stand behind us, can plan their operations and invest with confidence in the future and take part of that $700 billion worth of metal that sits in the ground. They can plan for that if they've got a 10-year plan in place. And I think that's a lot easier to achieve when there's shared ownership of a facility than there's one owner like it is at the moment, who's primarily a commodities trader. That makes it very difficult. So I think reforming that to a more common user piece of infrastructure, I think, is a pathway forward, and that has not been part of the state government's package. So I don't think it was ever going to meet the mark of where we needed it to be for a long-term solution.
Andrew, do you support a shared equity situation?
What my role is to try to bring everyone together. So I want to see Glencore, state government and federal government working together to actually find out a long-term solution. I think Mr. KATTER is exactly right. We can't just put a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. We need to actually, like other countries like China, their governments are really backing their heavy industries. It's about time Australia backed our heavy industries as well, and particularly with things like copper. With going forward, copper is a major important component of so many things. So nothing's off the table for me, but I don't want this to become a political football. I need to keep the copper smelter open so we can keep all those other mines around smelting within Australia, because they simply cannot train or truck all the minerals to the port and then send them overseas to value add. That just can't happen. We need to do it here, and then we need to keep the refinery, which is in my electorate of Dawson. We need to keep that open. So nothing's off the table, but we need to sit down and we need to have this discussion now.
Claudia, would you mind?
I have some question for you. Have you been able to speak to some of the families and the communities who would be affected by this mine closing? And if so, what have they been telling you?
Look, I live and work in that community every day, so pretty much everyone I speak to is in some way connected to the mine closure and this potential smelter shutdown, whether it be nurses, teachers, retail workers or small business owners. They are potentially affected. So everyone is very concerned, because if you have a mortgage and your property is losing value daily, you don't sleep well at night.
You got a house worth hundreds of thousands of dollars now, it'll be worth absolutely nothing unless something is done by government. And we're now into our 3rd month waiting for government to do something. I'm sorry, the Member of Parliament said it shouldn't be a political football. It's going to be a political football, all right, I guarantee you that. And it's going to be kicked extremely hard.
I think just remembering also as North Queenslander, 10 years ago we saw the Queensland nickel refinery shut. We don't want to be in the same position than we were then. Back then was 800 direct jobs and 3,000 indirect jobs. We are looking at 4,700 direct jobs and now 17 direct and indirect jobs. This is not an option. We took 10 years to recover from the Queensland nickel closure, and smaller economies, regional towns, don't have the ability to recover, right? Manufacturing is the #1 output of our region, and we want to keep mining and want to keep processing. We are looking down the barrel of 18% unemployment rate. That's a historic unemployment rate for North Queensland. This is not something we can let happen, and we're urging both state and federal government and Glencore to play fair for the communities that they're in and for the workers that are behind me. This is a moment of time. We know politics are complex. We know politicians have entered into this game to make a difference. Right now, they have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make a difference by saving not only North Queensland copper industry, by saving copper manufacturing for this country.
Any other questions? Thank you very much for attending. I'm very appreciative. The forum will be on this afternoon. 2 ministers will be addressing the meeting. So there will be plenty more coming on this afternoon at the forum. Thank you very much. Very great honour to have you attend.
Yes.
Documentary, and if
Sorry.
they'd like to follow through to the theatre,
Yeah.
that they're more than
If you can all follow us through to the theatre, we're launching our five series docu-series down there. That's where you can see how the supply chain works, what the people are doing to support the industry right now. And we would love to have you there. It takes about 25 minutes to watch them, but it's worth every single minute. So please follow us along. Okay, let's go. I don't know where we're going, but you know where the theatre is?
Yes, hang on, Bob, 2 seconds.
Urgently with the blokes, I've got 3 of his members here with me. If we could speak to him now, we'd be deeply appreciated.
I'm just wondering if you're happy with Bob and the AWU to speak separately now while they go in to launch this docu-series. Yeah, cool. All right, lovely. All right.
I presume that. Hey mate, we're not going to win this. Oh well, we can kick